Pope Francis, our Holy Father, has proclaimed 2025 a Jubilee year, a sacred time of renewal, reflection, and grace, something that is celebrated in the Catholic Church every 25 years. And this year's theme is Pilgrims of Hope. It invites all Catholics to embark on a journey of faith and transformation. Today, we're called to reflect and pray for all those involved in the world of communications. I was saying to Father Fred in the sacristy before Mass, he should be giving this homily, but he will at a future date. Incidentally, the way that this is structured is that people who, in this case, are in the world of communications would make a pilgrimage to Rome. And there's a series of events taking place. And so Father Fred could be there today, but he's here with us. He's got another chance he can go when the religious are called and when the priests go. But we can also celebrate it right here. And we will here at Holy Cross Family Ministries. As I thought about the world of communications, I thought about how traditionally this would include radio, television, newspapers, and magazines. That's when I was younger. But now, the world of communications has exploded to include the digital world. And it allows us to communicate with people worldwide who share a particular interest. But at the heart of communication, whether in our families, our parishes, communities, schools, workplaces, or the many modes of traditional and digital forms, at the heart of it all is meant to be truth. Yes, we communicate our opinions on different topics, everything from our favorite restaurants to sports teams to vacation spots, or the best way to beat the traffic. But what matters most is that we communicate the truth about the most important aspects of life, beginning with our relationship with God and with one another. Knowing objective truths keeps us and those who make a living in the field of communications grounded in living virtuous and holy lives. Today's saint, St. Francis de Sales, was well acquainted with this theory and practice. As a bishop, confessor, spiritual advisor, and teacher, he began with knowing the truth as revealed by God. And as a young priest and then bishop, St. Francis was faced with Martin Luther's Reformation. And as well, his own Geneva was under the control of Calvinists and required Father de Sales to preach and reside in the cathedral some 20 miles south of Geneva. As a newly ordained priest, he began to make a name for himself because his sermons were preached with gentlemanlike qualities, showing great respect for those who disagreed with him. But he never shied away from the theological truths under attack by the errors of the Reformation. He avoided controversy and criticism by focusing instead on the virtues, on prayer, on holiness, and overcoming sin. One of my favorite books that I read while in seminary was St. Francis' Introduction to the Devout Life. In this wonderful book, it is drawn from letters that St. Francis received and also that he wrote to his directees, his spiritual directees over the years. And I loved how St. Francis gave such clear and practical advice on how to break the cycle of our repetitive sins through growing in the virtues, especially humility. He stressed that so often. Humility is the key. The book also helps with how to navigate temptations, how to overcome anxiety and sadness, and I highly recommend it. You know, I wish that I had read this book earlier in my life because St. Francis reminds the reader that holiness is not reserved for the monk alone, but it is something that every person, young and old, from every vocation, is meant to pursue and to grow in. And it is achievable through God's grace and our seeking to love God and glorify Him with our daily lives. My brothers and sisters, as we begin the journey of this Jubilee year, St. Francis de Sales' life and preaching offer us a message of hope, grounded in humbly seeking the truth of God and allowing it to shape our lives, not just on Sundays, but every day. St. Francis de Sales, pray for us.